The Flash, debatably the fastest man alive. Am I talking about Barry Allen or Wally West? I'm willing to give this to Wally, just to set a strong foundation for Barry. Flashes are debatably one of DC's biggest IPs. He runs fast, what could possibly go wrong? There's always been a bit of a kinship between Flashes and Green Lanterns, with various legacy parallels. I've generally been more drawn to Lanterns since there's usually more creative potential, but I'll bite with Flashes, so I figured I'd spitball some ideas of a Flash series of some sort. Now for a start, I'd focus on Barry. I know he's already way overrepresented as far as Flashes go, and Wally could certainly use a lot more. If you're a Wally fan, feel free to mention some of your ideas, but I feel like it's good to start with Barry to establish how he's different from Wally. In general, a lot of Barry media has been trying to make him more like Wally, and he should really stand out more. Show off more quirks to make him a more unique kind of hero. The live-action Flash show both gave Barry Wally's girlfriend, Linda Park, as well as his main villain, Hunter Zolomon. Now that's just cold. Now for a start, I negate the whole dead mom backstory. It was basically introduced to make him more tragic like Batman, and at this point it's kind of pointless. Focus on him being a hero in the city because he does what he can. We don't need to zone in on his family. Now within Central City, he could have a few cases, so here's a few ideas to start with. For a start, how about exploring one of the rogues? Normal guys with weapons, and the specific one I have in mind is Captain Cold. Originally I thought of Mirror Master as the ideal type of normal person with a weapon, and I certainly have ideas for him. But I kinda like the idea of someone who is less perceptually powerful. Nah bro, I just got a cold gun. I actually have some ideas for other cold related weapons. Maybe he could have some of those drones Mr. Freeze had back in Arkham City. I also have ideas for his backstory, which could work as subversion for him, as I would make him a fellow police officer, within the same police unit as Barry. Barry being part of the police is kinda notable for his character, so why not explore that for a character like Captain Cold? He could have gone the name because he's such a cold guy while in the force. Sort of similar how in the Daredevil show, Bullseye wasn't just an assassin, but he was actually an FBI agent, later corrupted. I also have ideas to explore bits of his thief backstory into his police work. Police can be dirty. Again, considered a Captain Cold. And it could be an interesting dichotomy for the Flash. I like to see this guy set up as a genuine challenge for the Flash in his first fight. Go all out with it. Normal guy taking on the fastest man alive. Have a bunch of misdirects, goose chases, ice bombs, Arkham City freeze drones, all that good stuff. Later on, he gets assembled the rogues and we can see more of that great idea, with Heat Wave or Weather Wizard, Captain Boomerang. Now another idea I have for a villain would get a little more political. I don't really have a comic book villain in mind. He's basically an OC. Exploring fascists is an interesting idea within a silly comic book world, and Flash is interesting as one of the more right-wing superheroes. At least pro-police if anything. The politician could try to convince Flash to deal with certain people, help with certain issues, then pull back when certain things seem to be taken too far, like with forced deportation. Even Barry got limits. I think it'd be an interesting dichotomy which could involve more than just fighting the bad guy. You'd have to do a little more thinking with this guy. Maybe he could team up with a certain female reporter to help expose truth. I don't know. Another idea, well, let's get monkey with it. Gorilla Grodd, baby. Now Gorilla City is a whole other thing, and maybe I just like the Flash to be introduced for that. For real man, explore Gorilla City with Detective Chimp and such. We could see Gorilla Grodd as a secret ambassador of this central city. Going with a political villain, maybe he could tie things there. Now going through the villains, I haven't mentioned a speedster villain yet, and generally I like to avoid speedster villains, especially Reverse Flash, explore more options such. However, I do have an idea of someone to go with. Why not go with Hunter, while Wally becomes a rising Flash? Set up his backstory working with criminology, later get crippled, likely by Grodd, establish a new speedster in town who originally seems to be someone beefing with Barry, but later it's revealed to actually be Hunter with his connections with Wally. He's a hater speedster, but a different kind from Ebart. While I did a lot of Barry work, I'd like to do a fair bit of Wally. Set him up as Kid Flash, eventually have him be a Flash like Barry. I'm hesitant whether to have Barry straight up die in a crisis event, or by Mirror Master, or maybe he just retires. That lane to story there is a lot of wiggle room. Anyway, that's my take on how to work with World of Flashes. What are some of your ideas? I'm interested in how the Flash world is interpreted as a whole. Cheers.